So this is GLBS on November 13th, 2008. Yesterday, after hours, there was earnings, and it was a clear earnings winner by reaction anyways. And so this was on my list for today. Coming into the open, I could tell that volume was fairly low, um, but I was going to look to buy a dip, a panic if I could with an oversold RSI, and it ended up coming down to 950 in this line right here, which was the previous high on this day, and that failed fairly quickly. So that one can be gone. And I was then waiting for $9 to touch, and $9 was a key one for me, because when you zoom out on the daily, this is the high here at $9 or very close to $9, and so was that. So that was my line I drew there. And as soon as it touched that price, it bounced off fairly quickly. So I grabbed my position at 902, and I held on, and I sold up in the 975, and I probably should have just taken everything off at that point. But I was waiting, trying to be patient to see if we could get a push. Volume was still increasing over the 2 minute, and so I just waited. And sometimes you wait too long, and you have to exit before you get into a loss. So in this case, I took what I could off right around here, and in hindsight, I need to be looking at, if it's $1 a share and I get $1 a share, sell, because that's a great return no matter what. So I got to remember that as a lesson. Second lesson that I was reviewing here and learned from this trade was that as soon as this touched this high, or the candle touched this high, it shot straight back down. And if you look at the correlation with the volume, I mean, that was massive volume compared to anything that was coming in on the bulls. So that was clear indication that the bears were out trying to push this down. So that should have been an indication to just sell. Instead, I waited, and it got closer to $9 and started panicking. So I just exited. So no loss. It was actually a little gain on that, but a lesson learned no matter what. And then if I zoom out, the rest of the day is telling as to what it was going to do. Zero volume for the rest of the day, or very low volume, nothing really significant. VWAP is acting as resistance up above, and all this overhead here was also acting as resistance. So yeah, it was a decent trade, a learning for sure. But I don't know. This will be on watch, but I don't think it's going to do anything in the next couple days unless it can set a new higher low on the daily and possibly curl up and break some of this area here. But this is a previous runner, so I thought I'd take a shot at it, and shipping sector can be hot at this time of year, so I took a shot at this level here. So I definitely nailed that piece of the puzzle, and got part of the puzzle here, which was selling up at the highs, closer to 10, but ended up breaking my trade off at the end there. So anyways, it was a good lesson.